Hi everyone, as you can see, today we are going to be learning various greetings and goodbyes. We're going to spend a bit of extra time today just because you're being introduced to the enunciation and some new letters, and so today's vocab will be a bit more extensive than usual. We actually aren't even covering any grammar in this lesson, so and the masses rejoiced. All right, so first of all, we are going to look at various greetings. Okay, obviously there's a lot of different ways. We're going to cover 4 of them today. So the first one that we're going to cover is just a very common hola. And most of you probably know this, but hola is the Spanish word for hello. One thing that I would like to point out is with this H right here at the beginning of hola, whenever you see an H at the beginning of a Spanish word, it is actually going to be silent. So you can just imagine a little X through it. Pretty much every single time that an H is at the beginning of a Spanish word. Okay, the next phrase that we're going to cover is the Spanish way of saying good morning. So that is buenos dias. Let me grab my pen real quick here. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Buenos dias. It's actually an accent mark right there. Buenos dias. Buenos dias means good morning. And if you notice, when you see a D in Spanish, it's a little bit softer. So it's not dias, it's dias. Dias. Okay, and next we are going to have buenas tardes, which is good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Again, your D is going to be soft. Buenas tardes, which is good afternoon. And then lastly, we will have buenas noches. Buenas noches, if you probably already know, is good evening. One thing I do want to point out on this slide is we have good morning, good afternoon, good evening, but we have buenos, buenas, and buenas. So we have an OS with buenos dias and then an AS for the other ones. There is actually a reasoning behind that, and we're going to get to that later on in the year, but do note that there is a difference there. Cover the different goodbyes. So first we just have our generic goodbye, which you've probably heard before. And that is, whoops. There we go. Adios. Adios is goodbye. Okay, now I do want to address this accent mark right over here. You'll see a lot of Spanish words with accent marks, and I have a lot of students ask me all the time, hey, do I have to write the Spanish word with the accent mark? Well, it really helps you understand how to say the word. It's very helpful. So it just puts emphasis on the syllable that you would emphasize. So it's not adios, it's not adios, it's adios. I have the emphasis right there on that last syllable, adios. All right, another way that you could say goodbye, well, more like see you later, would be hasta luego. Hasta luego, which is like see you later. And then another way of saying see you later would be nos vemos. Now, technically, hasta luego is until later, and nos vemos is we will see each other, but we use them both for see you later. And then our last goodbye that we're going to learn today is hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. And that means until tomorrow. So if you were going to see someone the next day, you could use this phrase. Now again, I'd like to point out we have those H's at the beginning of words, so those are going to be silent with hasta. And then lastly, I'd like to talk to you about this letter right here. That's a letter that you probably don't recognize because it's new. It doesn't exist in Spanish. So, excuse me, it doesn't exist in English. So in Spanish, it comes in the alphabet right after the letter N. And an ñ. Okay, an ñ is the name of the letter. And it has what is called a tilde above it. That's how you would spell that, tilde. A tilde is this thingy right here. And if you were thinking about how to pronounce it, it would be like putting an N and a Y together. So when I write mañana with the ñ, you can just pretend like it's written like this, mañana. So that would be like a ñ sound, mañana, mañana. All right. Well, that is the lesson for today. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you at school tomorrow. Bye-bye.